Yesterday, I get this email from somebody who had been watching my YouTube channel and said, I want to talk to you about investing in Detroit. So I said, well, you better call me right now because I happen to have time right now. And he did. And his name was Raul. I'm naming names. So Raul calls and we talk and we're talking about investing in Detroit. And I'm thinking the conversation is going great. And then Raul says, well, what do you think about investing in other cities? And I'm like, Raul, I sell houses in Detroit. I'm not going to sell you on other cities. But I don't think that's what he was asking. I think he was just saying, sell me on why I should invest in Detroit. And I was quickly able to come up with 6 really good reasons why I think Detroit is the place to invest. So in this video, I'm going to get into those reasons. But first, I'll tell you how I know. I'm Monique Burns. My husband and I have been buying houses in Detroit since 2007. We had a property management company from 2015 to 2020. I scaled it up. It went really well. We sold the property management company. We really know how Detroit works. We have bought, renovated, placed tenants, sold a couple hundred houses in Detroit at this point. So we know what's going on in Detroit. Before we go on, it's really super helpful for me if you subscribe to my channel, if you like it, if you share, if you want to leave a comment, please be nice. And I do happen to have houses for sale. I am in the business of selling rental properties with tenants in them. That's called turnkey. Check out my website. It changes frequently. Look and see what I have for sale. Let's start with reason number 6. Now, I don't want to go bashing other cities that I only know a little bit about, but I'll tell you what little bit I do know. We have looked into expanding, and we looked at St. Louis, Missouri, and my husband came home from St. Louis and he said the houses just are not the quality that they are here. And then the same thing happened in Cleveland. He went to Cleveland and he came back with the same impression that what he saw was just not the quality of a house that you can have if you buy an investment property here. And I have heard repeatedly from other investors, because people buy houses from us from all over the country and all over the world, and they have done a lot of research in other cities, or they have investment properties in other cities. And I have been told about Cleveland that it's really hard to find a good property manager. Nobody that I've ever spoken to has been able to find a good property manager in Cleveland. And what I have heard about Indianapolis is that the sale price of houses is a lot higher than it is here, and the rents are actually lower. So that's what I know about other cities. So let's go to reason number 5. So I'm going to sound like a slumlord, but in Detroit, when we rent houses to tenants, we don't include a refrigerator and a stove because most of the tenants already have their own and they come with them. And it's a beautiful thing as an investor to not have to, 1, pay for them, or 2, maintain them. That's a lot less service calls. Number 4, I'm also going to sound like a slumlord. None of my tenants would say we're slumlords, okay? So reason number 4, we do not have AC here in the rentals that we have. Unless we bought a house that we're renovating, that we're selling, that already had AC, we'll keep it. But we always will put in the lease that it's not included. So if it goes out, that's it. It's over. They're very expensive units, and AC is not very popular in Detroit rentals. One of the reasons is there is a lot of theft in Detroit, which makes me sound bad about Detroit, but people steal AC units. But tenants aren't expecting AC units. So it's one more thing as an investor that you're looking at that is a big cost savings, is that we don't supply AC, which is air conditioning. Number 3, I get asked this one a lot. We don't have natural disasters here. I don't recall there ever being a tornado since I have lived in this part of Michigan. In the middle of Michigan, we would get tornadoes once in a great while. I don't recall tornadoes ever happening here, and I've been here about 30 years. We don't have earthquakes. We don't have all the things that come with living next to an ocean. We don't have hurricanes. Detroit, where we are selling houses, is not in a flood zone. We don't have big forest fire problems like in California. What do we have? We get snow. Now, where I grew up, which was the middle of the state right here, when we got snow, it was scary because where I lived, we were way out in the country and they wouldn't plow the road for days. All the roads are plowed. Everything's open. Side streets don't get plowed right away, but whatever. They're plowed, they're salted. We're high functioning people in the snow. Number 2, we don't have termite issues. I had somebody ask me recently, don't you have to regularly spray for bugs? I'm like, we never have. I don't know what that's all about. I'm sure there are situations. I've never run into it. The worst pest problem that we've ever had are bed bugs and cockroaches. I asked my husband, how many times do you think in the couple hundred houses that we've done have we had those? And he thinks that we've only run into bed bugs maybe twice. I'm thinking maybe 3 times. Cockroaches maybe 5 to 8 times. Not much. It doesn't come up as much as you think. And now for my number 1 favorite reason in Detroit, the water. So we have this situation where in Detroit, unlike other cities that I'm aware of, the water bill attaches to the tenant and not to the property. So when a new tenant moves in, there's this process that they have to go through, and they have to pay the water department to get their own water account, and it attaches to the tenant's social security number. So when the tenant moves and you're the owner and the house, the water bill's like at $1,000 or something. When they move, that $1,000 water bill follows them to the next house. It doesn't follow you. It doesn't go back to the owner. It's a beautiful thing. So of course I think you should invest in Detroit, and I do have houses for sale. Thank you for watching.